Hey everybody, Matt Chinian here. Welcome to my studio. I haven't been on YouTube recently. Sometimes it's hard for me to turn the camera on and talk to it and put it out there. And it's also the election is a month away, and it's kind of crazy. I'm way too wrapped up in all that. Anyway, I thought I would just show you some of my recent work, just to get back into it. There's been quite a bit. August and September were really productive. And the beginning of October wasn't bad either. So this was a watercolor I did the other day. And there were a lot of good things about it, and there were a lot of weird things about it. The good things was I used a really limited palette. And in part, it was let me think here, black, white gouache. I had yellow ochre gouache, I had burnt sienna gouache, which was my red, and I had a little blue watercolor. Anyway, very limited palette. And the thing with that is I sometimes I miss the lemon yellow, the real cool yellow, you can get color, you can get some stuff out of that. But nonetheless, you could do quite a bit with an ochre. And here, you can almost got to it, where it's a very thin wash. It's really gouache used as watercolor, I guess. I don't know what the distinction is. They should just have one word for that. And the takeaway from this, there were a lot of things I liked about it. Like I said, that tree, that was a really brightly lit round tree in this extremely gridded parking lot. And there's a series, this South Glens Falls, there's a series of parking lots. Like, it's all like a neighborhood with one parking lot after another and maybe a building here or there. Anyways, it has that prosaic appeal that I love. And the thing was, I went away and I realized, I thought this car on the left was just too small. It looks like a miniature car. Somehow it's not placed right. And I looked at the photograph that I had taken at the first, when I start, I always take a photograph. And oftentimes I won't look at them until after I do it or whatever. And I looked at the photograph and it wasn't that bad. It was a little too small. Mine was a little too small, but it wasn't crazy. It wasn't that anyway. So but basically what I'm saying is that sometimes in my own mind's eye, I fuck things up completely. And sometimes I do, and sometimes it's really in reality, and sometimes it's not. So that was the story for that. And I have a tendency, the other thing, this is not a misgiving. I don't know if I'm telling you about my misgivings, because I guess that's just part of it. It's like that's part of the artist process, which is completely antithetical to marketing. It's like, I had some paint on my hand, and I kind of got it in here, so it's hard to keep it clean. There's a few spots where I just sort of smudge shit, and I don't know. I guess I could do better, I guess. Maybe it doesn't matter. Anyways, just before that, I'm just going to put this one on. Sometimes, like I said, sometimes things just work. And yesterday, I went out and I wanted to paint, and I'm thinking about the firewood that I'm not moving around and splitting and all that. And I just couldn't settle on a spot. I just did this big circle around. And I came home and I moved firewood. This was last week, late last week or something, not that long ago. It's Hoosick Falls. The Walgreens is drugstore. And I've been by this, I think I've painted this before too. The light is phenomenal on the side of this building, and it's right on the sidewalk. And there's a lot of things I like about that. And so yeah. The hard part about it's hard to get bright whites to look bright. And you do that by darkening everything else, if you can get it that dark. And then I'll do one more, and then I'll quit. This was, actually, let me show you this one. This is another painting I was going to scrape off. And I put that question out on social, and everybody was like, no, don't keep it, don't keep it. I had a lot of problems with the linear perspective. I know, again, I could do better, but there were some nice things about the patterns, those windows, and it kind of made a nice little pattern. It was a nice, kind of a nice light to it, the shadows in the foreground. I don't know. Maybe it needs, maybe I should go back and redo it. Maybe. Anyway, that's it. And for today, thank you for watching. And I'll try to be more frequent with my videos. I'll show you some more stuff. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.